Alex Ayla just walked onto the Steffi Graf Stadion in Berlin as a wild card and destroyed the reigning Queen's Club champion in straight sets. And she did it the day after Donna Vekic had just won the biggest title of her career. Let that sink in for a second. A 21-year-old girl from the Philippines, given a wildcard entry into a WTA 500 event packed with top 10 players, walked past the freshly crowned champion like it was Tuesday afternoon practice. And now she's staring down world number 2, Elena Rybakina, in the round of 16. The same Rybakina who beat her in Rome just 5 weeks ago. The same Rybakina who won the Australian Open this year by defeating Aryna Sabalenka in the final. Stay right here, because what's happening with Alex Ayla this grass season is bigger than one match, and the WTA is about to have no choice but to pay attention.
I think after one point, even especially if she wins it in a winner, you just have to recollect, especially if it's a return, and forget the last point and stay in the moment. And I decide before I serve. I told myself that she's fighting back, but I'm also a fighter, so I have to try. I have to try and I have to give her a hard time. So yeah, you know, Donna is an incredible player, and she's been showcasing it a lot lately, and every time I play her, it's been very difficult. So I had a lot of expectations for this match in terms of the level that I had to bring, and I'm happy with the intensity today. I started tennis because of my family. My brother is 3 years older, and he started before me and was coached by my grandfather, so it was a way for us to kind of bond, and he was my coach for 10 years, the first 10 years of my career, so yeah.
To understand what Alex Ayla just did in Berlin, you have to go back to where this grass court story actually began. Not 2026, not even 2025. You have to go back to the moment everyone saw the potential, and then the years of grinding before that potential became undeniable. Born on May 23, 2005 in Quezon City, Philippines, Alexandra Eala is the daughter of Michael Eala, a business executive, and Rosemary Maniego Eala, a former national swimmer who competed at the 1985 Southeast Asian Games.
It sounds really beautiful, of course. All those names that you've mentioned are tennis greats, and I am so honored to be lifting this trophy today, but lifting this trophy does not mean that I will be among the greats yet, so I'm motivated to keep working, and I'm grateful for the part that this trophy has played in my journey. I'd also like to thank Nicola for this kind words, and of course congratulate you for an amazing week, and it's one of those days I wish we could both win, and of course this match was incredible. I think it was anyone's game, so congratulations to your team. I'd also like to thank my coach right there, and my team, and of course my family who's watching from home now. I love you guys.
The jump from prodigy to professional is where most rising stars stumble. The grind is relentless. The top players don't give you points out of respect for your potential. You earn everything. And earning it took time. Eala arrived in Birmingham without momentum, having struggled during the clay season. She reached the round of 16 in Linz, falling to Elena Ostapenko. In Stuttgart, she lost in the first round to Leylah Fernandez.
Yeah, I'm happy with my performance. I think I was able to reach a good level of tennis, and you know, I don't think it was an easy win for her. So yeah, of course, things to work on and learnings from this match, but I think I'm in a good way.
How are you able to do that?
All in perspective, no. Of course, she hits a good ball, so it's very difficult. I think, of course, power sometimes, being aggressive is really my game, but in the end she's 2 meters and she so it's difficult. But I think today I did what I could, and yeah, I'm happy. No, I think I moved well today, and I took my chances when I needed to. I'm very happy with this week because I do see the improvement on clay court. especially when you compare it to my experience here last year. I'm really happy with how I've been playing and the work I've been doing off competition with my team.
Because here's what the rankings don't show you. When this girl hits her stride on a surface she loves, she becomes a completely different kind of problem, and Berlin just got a front-row seat to that.
Before Berlin, there was Birmingham. And Birmingham was where the 2026 grass story really started being written. Grass provided the timely reset. Eala opened in Birmingham with a dominant win over Priscilla Hahn, 6-0, 6-2, and followed up in a tighter battle against Elena, winning 6-2, 7-5, having trailed 2-5 in the second set. And then she just kept going, match after match, title after title. She didn't just participate in Birmingham, she owned it. She became the first Filipino to win a grass court title at this level. And the final itself told you everything about who Alex Ayla is in 2026. She faced Nikola Baratunkova, a Czech player, in what would have been the 14th time she had played a Czech opponent in her career. Her record going into that final? 0 wins, 13 losses. 6 years, 13 matches, 0 victories against Czech players. By the time she walked onto the court for the Birmingham Open 2026 final, her record against Czech opponents stood at a painful 0-13. 0 wins in 6 years against any Czech player. She won the final in 3 sets. She came through a 3-set battle, 5-7, 6-3, 7-5 against Baratunkova to pick up her second WTA 125 title. And after lifting that trophy, when she was asked about standing alongside Billie Jean King, Martina Navratilova, Maria Sharapova, and Petra Kvitova on the Birmingham Champions list, she said something that told you exactly who she is. It sounds really beautiful, of course. All those names you've mentioned are tennis greats, and I am so honored to be lifting this trophy today. But lifting this trophy does not mean that I will be among the greats yet, so I am motivated to keep working, and I am grateful for the part that this trophy has played in my career.
Let's talk about what Donna Vekic walked into Berlin with, because this wasn't just a win over a good player. This was a statement delivered to someone riding the highest wave of their recent career. Heading into their first-round clash in Berlin, oddsmakers and experts favored Vekic, and for good reason. The Croatian came in fresh off her WTA 500 Queen's Club Championships title run, where she defeated 2021 U.S. Open champion Emma Raducanu, former world number 1 Karolina Pliskova, and former British number 1 Katie Boulter. She had won 5 consecutive grass court matches coming into Berlin. She was the hottest player on the surface at that moment, full stop. And she was entering as a recent champion, not just any champion, a Queen's Club champion, a woman who had just beaten Emma Raducanu on home soil to claim her biggest title on grass. The momentum was real, the confidence was real, and the ranking climb was real. Eala, who entered the tournament as a wildcard, advanced in straight sets against a player who arrived in Berlin with recent momentum after winning the Queen's Club title just days earlier. Vekic broke first. She raced to 2-0 in the first set. Anyone watching from the outside might have thought, okay, the wildcard experiment is over early, but they don't know what Alex Ayla does when she's pushed. Eala delivered the final blow. She broke Vekic's serve in the 11th game and rode that momentum through a 3-game burst, closing out the set. Unlike the tightly contested opening set, Eala seized control early in the second, breaking Vekic in the opening game before backing it up with a comfortable hold to move ahead 2-0. And when Vekic fought back, because she's a champion and that's what champions do, Eala did something that separates ordinary players from elite ones. She saved all 4 break points while serving for the match at 5-4. Eala served up 8 aces and had 25 winners against 13 unforced errors. The difference came in the pressure points. Vekic created 14 breakpoint chances, but converted only 2, while Eala converted 4 of her 6 opportunities. In the on-court interview, Eala was asked how she stayed composed while serving out the match under pressure with Vekic threatening to level. Her answer was direct, unapologetic, and revealing. I told myself that she was fighting back, but I'm also a fighter, so I had to try. Every time I play Donna, it's always been difficult. She's such an incredible player. I'm very happy with today's result. She's also a fighter. Not I'm better, not I had it under control, just she fights and so do I. That mental framing is exactly what separates the players who go deep in Wimbledon from the ones who flame out in the second week. Now stop and think about this for a moment. She came into Berlin as a wild card. She faced the hottest player on grass right now. She won in straight sets, and she did it with a 7-1 grass court record in 2026. 7 wins, 1 loss, on grass, as a 21-year-old. So who exactly did she send a message to with that win? Keep watching, because the name you've been waiting for is coming up right now.
The draw didn't lie. When Eala beat Vekic, she didn't just earn a spot in the round of 16. She earned a rematch. Elena Rybakina, world number 2, meets Alexandra Ayala in the second round of the WTA 500 in Berlin, having already defeated her in Rome last month. But this time on grass, a surface where the left-handed Filipina excels. She is coming off a title in Birmingham and has won 7 of her last 9 matches on grass. The first time these two played, it was in Rome in May. Clay. Rybakina's serve and flat ball striking gave Eala no comfortable rhythm. At the Italian Open, the Kazakh star prevailed in straight sets, 6-4, 6-3. It was relatively clean. It wasn't even that close. Rybakina made it look routine. But now, the surface has flipped, and so has everything else. Rybakina, despite her ranking, is in a slump, with a record of 5 wins and 5 losses in her last 10 matches. Her erratic first serve percentage of 52% against Bolter contrasts sharply with Eala's 8 aces in the first round. Think about that contrast. The world number 2, a player who built her entire identity on one of the biggest serves in women's tennis, getting 52% of first serves in. Meanwhile, Eala came out firing 8 aces against a Queen's Club champion, on the same surface, in the same week. Eala has a 25-15 record in 2026 and a 7-1 record on grass. Rybakina has a 32-9 record overall, but only 1-1 on grass this season. This is not the same matchup it was in Rome. This is a different surface, a different momentum, and crucially, a different Eala. Eala hopes to flip the script this time, drawing confidence from her recent title run at the Birmingham Classic 2 weeks ago. But the challenge is real. Rybakina is still one of the most dangerous grass court players alive. Her best achievement of the current season was conquering the Australian Open, where she defeated Aryna Sabalenka in the final 6-4, 4-6, 6-4. She is a 2-time Grand Slam champion. She has 35 career wins on grass. She doesn't lose to players ranked number 35 in the world very often. But here is what Eala's win over Vekic told Rybakina directly, without a single word needing to be spoken. I can handle pressure. I can close sets. I can out-serve you when it matters. And I'm not afraid of this stage. That's the message. Not a social media post. Not a press conference quote.
There is a conversation happening quietly inside WTA boardrooms, inside commentary booths, inside the minds of coaches and players on tour. And that conversation is increasingly unavoidable. Alex Ayla is not a feel-good story anymore. She is a legitimate threat. Eala achieved a career-high singles ranking of world number 29 by the WTA on March 16, 2026, making her the highest-ranked Filipino in WTA Tour history. She is the first Filipino to break into the WTA top 30, have multiple wins over top 10 players and major champions, and reach a tour-level final in the Open era. First Filipino, multiple top 10 wins, tour-level finalist. Those are not wildcard narrative milestones. Those are the building blocks of a genuine contender. And her grass record in 2026 deserves a closer look. Alexandra Eala has a 25-15 overall record in 2026 and 7-1 on grass specifically. Talking about the previous 3 years, the Filipino has a 22-9 record on grass combined. She is winning on the surface at a remarkable rate. Not just winning convincingly, with big serves, aggressive returns, and clutch performances on pressure points. The result against Vekic is significant because of Vekic's grass court credentials. Alex Ayla walked into Berlin as a wild card. She walked out of her first match with a statement win over the hottest player on grass courts. She is now face-to-face with world number 2 Elena Rybakina, the same player who beat her in Rome, the same player who beat Sabalenka to win the Australian Open. The first time around, Rybakina had the surface advantage. Now, Eala has it. The first time around, Rybakina had the momentum. Now, Eala has it. She has won 7 of her last 9 matches on grass. She has an 8-ace performance under her belt this week. She has beaten this field's hottest player already, and she is 21 years old with absolutely nothing to lose and everything to prove. So here's the question, and we want you to answer it in the comments right now. Is Alex Ayla ready to upset Elena Rybakina and go deep at Wimbledon 2026? Or is this the moment Rybakina reminds the world exactly why she's still world number 2? Drop your prediction below. Let's see who the tennis community believes in. And if you want to stay with this story because it is moving fast right now, hit subscribe and turn on notifications. This channel covers women's tennis with the depth it deserves. Every upset, every rivalry, every moment the mainstream misses. We'll be back the moment that Rybakina Eala match result drops. Alex Ayla just sent a message. Now we wait to see if Rybakina received it.